Hey students, and welcome to our 4th week of art class. This week I want to start off by telling you it doesn't matter how much or how little you got done this week. What matters most is that you did the best that you could, and that looks different for everyone. Today you're going to listen to a read aloud, and then we're going to complete an activity at the end. The Color Monster. A Story About Emotions by Anna Ioannis. This is the color monster. Today, he woke up feeling confused, and he doesn't know why. Are you all mixed up again, color monster? Your emotions don't work well when they're all jumbled up. You should try to separate them and put each one in its own jar. If you'd like, I can help you. Let's try to make sense of how you feel. This is happiness. It shines yellow like the sun and twinkles like the stars. When you're happy, you laugh and jump and dance and play. You want to share your happiness with everyone. This is sadness. It is lonely and blue, like a rainy day. It washes over you like the sea. When you're sad, you hide and want to be alone. You don't want to do anything, except maybe cry. It's okay to cry, color monster. This is anger. It burns red like a fire and is hard to stamp out. When you're angry, life can feel unfair. Sometimes you want to take out your anger on others. But I'll be nice to you, color monster, and your anger will disappear. This is fear. It hides and runs away like a mouse in the night. When you're afraid, you feel tiny. You think you don't have the courage to face the gray shadows. But I can help you find your way. When you're calm, you breathe slowly and deeply. You feel at peace. This is calm. It is quiet like the trees and as light as green leaves swaying in the wind. Now you can rest, color monster. All your feelings are in the right place. See? Don't you feel much better? Uh-oh. I see you're feeling something new. You look different, color monster. Tell me, how do you feel now? While I was reading, did you notice that each color had its own unique emotions and objects associated with it? We're going to look at a few of our main colors and look at the emotions and some objects associated with each. For starters, let's look at red. Red has several emotions that can be associated with it. For example, it could be love or anger. And for the objects, you might think of a red rooster or a red apple or even cherries. Orange can be associated with trying to attract your attention, or it could be an emotion of happiness. When you think of orange, you might associate it with fall leaves, or pumpkins, or even fish. Yellow is bright and warm and full of energy. You can think of a yellow duck, a banana, or maybe even corn. Green is associated with nature and safety and even being lucky. You might think of a 4-leaf clover, St. Patrick's Day, things like snakes and grasshoppers. Blue is stable and calm, but could also be sadness. It might be a whale or the ocean. Purple or violet can stand for wealth, royalty, and imagination. There are lots of purple things in nature and things that we eat. Pink might be romantic, like Valentine's Day, or kindness or calmness. You might think of a pink flamingo, or a donut, or a pig. Today, we're going to focus on our Roy G. Biv colors and the moods and objects that are associated with each one. We're going to do this by using a paper and dividing it into sections for each color. Each color's area will only have objects and emotions that are unique to it. Let's take a look at the example I created. You can see that each section has its own color, it is labeled, and has items or objects or emotions that are related specifically to it. Before we get started, let's talk about what Roy G. Biv means. Roy G. Biv is an acronym, which means it stands for several words. The R stands for red, the O stands for orange, the Y stands for yellow, G stands for green, B for blue, I for indigo, and V for violet. Colors are used for much more than just to brighten things up. Artists use colors to create moods, or they can combine them together to create special effects in an artwork. Being able to understand the connection between emotions, colors, and objects will not only help you create better art that is more expressive, but it will also help you understand the meaning behind other artists' works. The supplies that you'll need today are a piece of paper, a pencil and an eraser, crayons, and your listening ears. This lesson is really important because it begins us talking about color, which is the foundation for everything that we'll do in this class. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to create a small person in the middle of our paper, and around it create our sections for each color. I'm only going to walk you through making the person and the sections, and I want you to come up with your own unique emotions and objects that you associate with each color. First, you want to visually find the middle of your paper. We're going to now create an oval or egg-shaped circle in the middle for the head of our person. I went ahead and added my hairline, but you can go ahead and complete the outer part of the circle first if you would like. You may create your hairline and hair as you choose. Now we're going to make our lines for our neck and then close it off so it looks like our neck is closed. Next, I'm going to add details onto my face. I'm going to add eyebrows, eyes that are closed, a small little nose, and a big smile. You can try and do like the smiles we did last week. You can add curves at the ends to illustrate your cheeks. I'll now start making the sections. Your first line needs to go in the middle above the top of your head. I'm going to make all of my marks first and then take them to the edge of the paper, so just follow along. To make it easier, I just connected my lines to my hair. But if you did your hair differently, just try and go to the side just a little bit almost where the edge will line up with the corner of your paper, and draw a tick mark towards that upper right-hand corner. You'll now do the same thing, but for the other side, sections on either side of our neck. I would place these where your neck and your face meet, and they need to be pointed at an angle down to the bottom corners. Your next two lines should be straight across the middle of your paper and probably line up with about the area that you put your nose and your mouth in. Now I'm going to go back and connect each of my lines to the outer edge of the paper. It's okay if they don't line up exactly to the edges, as long as you have 7 different slots. You should have a section for each of the following: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. At the end, you should have something that resembles this example, but with your own unique illustrations and interpretations of the colors. Try your best. We're going to continue talking about colors and the emotions and objects associated with them in future lessons. For the rest of the video, I would like you to be actively working on completing yours. You may watch my demonstration while you complete yours, but make sure that you're not just copying the examples that I'm making, but that you try and think of your own associations with each color.